Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachzek's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 255. For those of you that have been with us from the beginning, and maybe day number 1 for those of you that are joining in right now. But we are in Eis Vav, the letter Vav in the alphabet, and we are in the chapter called Vatronas, a person being a vatran, a very difficult word to translate into English. Basically means a person that's willing to give in, willing to forego, a person that's willing to overlook the things in order for the benefit of others and the like, for peace, for harmony, so on and so forth. Vatranis hi mida taiva. Vatranis is a very good mida. Keshehu vatran b'mamaynai l'dvar mitzvah la'asei tzedakah gimas chasadim v'kol ha-mitzvah shekitikuna. And he starts out with saying to be able to give up your money for the sake of a mitzvah, for tzedakah, for chesed, all mitzvahs that need money. It costs a lot of money tefillin, it costs a lot of money kosher food, it costs a lot of money dalin minim, your 4 species on sukkahs, to build a sukkah, to buy the matzahs for Pesach that we just had, to get the cheesecake ready for Shavuos. Everything costs money, but if you're going to spend it for mitzvahs, says the Pele Yoetz, that's wonderful. Things that are obvious don't really need a proof. Everybody believes that if you spend your money on mitzvos, you should know HaKadosh Baruch is going to pay you back 100-fold. You're going to get much, much more back in return. Davar she'ein like kitzvah, there's no end to how much HaKadosh Baruch will repay you. You will eat your fruits in this world, the mitzvahs that you perform. It'll be riches and honor, and the real Karen Kayemes, the real reward is going to be waiting for a person in the world to come. A person knows what money was for. Money was given to me to be able to spend on things that are important. Shouldn't waste my money frivolously on silly things. And therefore, if a mitzvah comes my way, it costs money, I'm happy to spend my money. Says the Pele Yoetz, that's called being a vatran. I'm giving up my money for the sake of a mitzvah. You will never lose out, says the Pele Yoetz, ever. However, at the time that the action, the maisa comes to hand, not always easy to do. Because the Yetzirah, which is so close to a person, he makes his heart hard. He will cover it in darkness. He won't see how good it is to be able to utilize his money for mitzvahs. I had to hold on to it over here. I'll get tefillin, but I won't get the nicest tefillin. I'll buy a lulav, but it won't be the nicest lulav. I'm going to end up buying matzah, but I heard this one's questionable, but it's $25 cheaper a pound. What's the problem? And so on and so forth. The Yetzirah is working on a person all of the time to try to convince them, don't spend the money, don't be mevater on that money. If a person adds on, so then they add on, and HaKadosh Baruch will add. But if you give less, Hashem will take away less of the merits as well. How foolish could a person be? The Rebbe gave you money, and you could spend it on a mitzvah, and you could do the right things with it. And then you end up saying, no, not really, I'm not sure, it's very expensive, I'm not in, To go to the store, to buy yourself nice clothes, no problem. A pair of shoes, no problem. A belt, somebody else's name, no problem. Comes to a mitzvah, that's what you want to spend your money on. Over there's a struggle. Such a struggle to be a vatran, to give in and to give up and not to be involved in the fight of the money. This is what people say. Ba'alim noisnin, the ba'alim, the owners, they give. And the slaves, they end up crying because they never get what they want. And therefore a person thinks, I'm going to give. What am I going to get? No, you're going to give and you're going to get as well. Don't worry. The only reason that you have a hard time parting with your money for the sake of a mitzvah is because you have a bad heart. The Yetzirah of money, of holding on, I earned it. I made the money. I went to work. I made the deal. I was so savvy. I'm so good in business. I went to college all those years, and I found this person. I met that person, and I smoothed them with my words. I got them to make this deal, and I have all this money right now. You think I'm just going to give it away so easily? Says the Pele Yoetz, it's as obstinate and as chutzpahdik, as brazen as Azazel is that one goat that's going to go off the cliff on Yom Kippur and take all the sins along with it. The kosher kebarzel, it is as strong as iron, as steel. It's so hard. But that's why Chazal tell us, Adam nikar bekisa. If you want to know who a person is, you can recognize them bekisa, in their pocket. What does that mean, in their pocket? That means, how do they spend the money that is in their pocket? Do they part with it easily for tzedakah? Do they part with it easily for a mitzvah? Do they go to the store and they get excited when they see a more beautiful pair of tefillin and they make a chesh? No, another $500. I'm going to spend it. You have the money? No, but I'm going to spend the money anyway because it's a mitzvah. They're going to go to the store for their dollar medium, and one esrog costs $200. But another one costs $300. And there's that one that's shining $400. Whoa! I'll spend the money. That's how you recognize what do you recognize? You're recognizing the chashivas, the value of a person, because of the value that they place on other things, how they spend their money. If he has no problem spending money on the luxuries of this world, on the niceties of this world, and it's hard for him to part with his money for a mitzvah, he'll spend less on the mitzvah than he would on the meal when he went to the restaurant and spent $300 on a tomahawk cowboy steak. So then says the Pele Yoetz, that's only Ra Liba, that's only because the heart is bad. It doesn't feel. It doesn't have the connection to the glory of the mitzvahs. Rather, it's too connected to the money. Someone who is bad with his money, which he's stingy, he's going to be lacking. He'll be held back from every mitzvah and every good mitzvah because he's just stuck in the Yetzer Hara of money. He can't give freely. He goes to a fundraising event and he hears about such a worthy cause, and it's really touching his heart. It's an orphanage, children. Maybe the person was an orphan himself and he grew up on the streets and he didn't have a mother and a father, and here's this orphanage that they take care of the kids from the time that they come into the doorways of that orphanage, and they raise them like their own children, and they marry them off, and they take care of them. It's amazing. And they ask me for a check. Yes, I want to give $18. Here you go. The guy could give a check for $1,800, no problem, but he can't part. So you lose out, says the Pele Yoetz, when you cannot be mevata, you cannot give in. You lose out on these things. He'll go over his own das. He knows what he really wants to do, but the Yetz is holding him back. And the das kainai, the wants of the Ribono Shel Olam, he will transgress and overpass as well, because Hashem gave you the money as a pipeline to give to other people. He'll increase his bad things and his groanings. Oh, I can't believe I can't give. He'll waste away his life in meaninglessness. He's going to inherit the grave like everybody else. And in the end, he's going to be decomposing down there like everyone else. So you don't take the money with you. You don't take the checkbook with you. You don't take the car. You don't take the house. You don't take the shoes. You don't take the clothes. You don't take the shirt. You take nothing with you. All that you take with you is, how much was I mevatir in this world on my money to give it away to other people? Tzedakah, poor, aniyim, mitzvahs, building, you name it, I'm taking the money, I'll give it away. That's what it means to be a vatran. But someone whose eyes are wide open. He is generous in the way that he gives. He runs to every mitzvah. I love mitzvahs. I cost money. I love to spend my money on mitzvahs. That's what the money's for. He sits with every single yid with being united and with a brotherly love. He brings more honor to his house. He opens his doors. People come in. Maybe he and his kids might not even have enough to eat that Shabbos, but he gives to other people. That's how much he wants everyone to feel comfortable. He has honor to his menuchasa, when his final resting place. Ashra ba'olam hazeh, fortunate is he in this world. And fortunate will be, good will be to him in the world to come, because he was mevatu, he gave up on the money in this world to be able to use it for mitzvahs, for tzedakah, to support the poor, to give loans, like we said before. All of these great things is the reason Hashem gave us our money. And the more you can part with the money and break down the walls of that Yetzer Hara, the greater is going to be the reward in this world and the world to come. As Hashem. All the best.